I never thought I'd see three grown men in black vests marked HOA Inspector pounding on my front door at 5 in the morning demanding to search my teenage son's bedroom. They didn't know two of my old Navy SEAL buddies were visiting that night. And they definitely didn't know their little stunt would unravel a whole criminal empire run by the HOA president herself, Karen Lawson. Act 1. The conflict begins. It started with the kind of knock that isn't a request. 3 sharp thuds that rattled the frame like somebody trying to break the house in half. I rolled out of bed, my wife Sarah already reaching for her phone. She's been a trauma nurse for 15 years, calm under fire, but even she looked tense. I crept to the stairs, muscles remembering old instincts I hadn't used in years. Downstairs, my buddies Dave and Leo, old SEAL teammates in town for a fishing trip, were already awake, silent, waiting. Through the peephole I saw them. 3 big guys in black polos and vests with HOA Inspector in bold yellow. One had a clipboard thick-neck bald spot shining in the porch light. His 2 sidekicks stood like mall cops on parade. My phone buzzed. A welfare check, claimed by none other than Karen Lawson, HOA president of the Willows. Of course, Karen, the woman who fined a disabled vet for the wrong shade of paint on his ramp, who shut down a kid's lemonade stand, who lived for power trips over grass height. But this was a new level. I let Sarah dial 911, her voice steady as she reported 3 men trying to force entry at dawn. Then I cracked the door to the length of the chain, met the leader's stare. He shoved a paper in my face. "Work order," he grunted. Said they needed to inspect my son's room. My son Ethan, 15 years old. My blood ran cold. "Not happening," I told him. "Police are on the way." He didn't like that answer. Dropped his shoulder, tried to ram the door. Bad move. The chain held and my hand shot out, clamping his wrist. Years of training muscle memory, I pinned him right there, stuck like a bad ornament on my doorframe. His eyes went wide, then pain. Behind me, Dave, 6'4", 240 of Hawaiian granite, loomed into view. Leo stayed in the shadows, cold and ready. The 2 backup thugs started to falter. Sirens rose in the distance. The leader panicked, yanked back, snapped the chain, stumbled into his crew. They all tripped over each other, running for a black cargo van screeching off down the street. In their rush, they left a little souvenir, the so-called work order. HOA letterhead. Signed in sloppy ink, Karen Lawson. Act 2. Escalation and turning point. Deputies arrived minutes later. They saw the busted chain tire marks my mangled mailbox. Took the forged order into evidence. The older one, Sergeant Miller, looked at Karen's signature and just muttered, "Figures." Her reputation preceded her. But why target my son? I went upstairs. Ethan's face was pale guilty. "Dad, I think I know why." He showed me. On his computer footage from his drone, his pride and joy saved up lawn mowing money for a year. The video was crystal clear, a black van parked by the old quarrymen unloading heavy chemical containers and dumping them into the water. And there he was, the clipboard thug from my porch face perfectly visible. Even the license plate sharp as day. Ethan bit his lip. "I didn't mean to, I just thought it looked weird." I put a hand on his shoulder. "Son, you did nothing wrong. You caught them dirty." That's when it clicked. They weren't after Ethan. They were after the footage. And Karen, she'd authorized a fake order to steal it. That night their desperation showed again. A spy drone hovered over my backyard, dropped a flashing noisemaker meant to panic us. Amateur scare tactics. While I killed the toy with a fire extinguisher, one of their guys tried sneaking over the fence. He didn't get far. Sergeant Miller's team tackled him 2 blocks away. Still, the pressure mounted. My son was a target. My wife tried to stay strong, but I saw it in her eyes. And me. For a moment, I cracked. I remember standing in the kitchen, staring at that broken doorframe and thinking, maybe I should have shut up. Maybe I should have told Ethan to delete the footage. Keep our heads down. Let the HOA tyrant win. What if I couldn't protect my family? What if I'd already failed? That moment, God, it felt heavy, like the weight of every bad call in my life pressing down. But then I saw Ethan sitting at his desk editing the video, determined. My kid had guts. Sarah was cataloging evidence like a professional paralegal. My family wasn't quitting. And I realized neither could I. So I called Miller. We've got one shot to end this. Tomorrow night, the annual HOA meeting. Karen has to show up. Act 3, Climax and Justice. The community center was packed. Neighbors crammed shoulder to shoulder, buzzing with rumors after word spread of the attempted abduction at Ethan's school the day before. Karen strutted in late power suit, sharp, smug grin plastered on her face. She mistook the crowd for loyal subjects, not the jury about to convict her. She banged her gavel, droned on about flower beds and budgets. Then she asked, "Any new business?" I raised my hand. "Yes, Karen. Just 5 minutes. About community safety." Her smile twitched. "This isn't on the agenda." Sarah cut in loud clear. "It concerns the black van and the men who tried to kidnap our son." Gasps rippled through the room. Karen paled. Too late. Ethan had already plugged in his laptop. The projector flared to life. First slide, our porch camera, 3 goons in fake vests. Then the audio. "We need to see your son, Ethan." The room went dead silent. Next, the forged work order, her signature blown up on screen. Murmurs turned to angry shouts. Then Ethan's drone footage, the van at the quarrymen dumping sludge clipboard guy's face license plate clear as day. Karen slammed her gavel. Lies, forgery. I stood. Really? Because the man you sent to the school is already in custody, and the one who tried my fence is sitting in jail, and this, I pointed to the screen, ties it all back to you. Final clip rolled from their own spy drone, dropping that device on my lawn. The view caught the unique rig underneath the drone, an undeniable fingerprint. The room erupted, neighbors shouting, pointing. Karen's composure cracked. She stammered, shrieked about illegal surveillance, then did the one thing no innocent person ever does. She bolted, shoved her way out the door, heels clattering, gone into the night. But the trap was set. Miller's task force had been watching her for days. A tracker on her car led them straight to Chestnut Park. I wasn't allowed in close, but I watched from the perimeter as floodlights snapped on over the gazebo. Karen stood there with her briefcase, about to trade it for a duffel bag of cash from her partners. Then shouts from every direction. Police hands in the air. Karen froze, dropped the case, sobbed. Her crew was cuffed in seconds. One tried to run, taken down by a K9 before he got 10 feet. It was over. Karen Lawson, the tyrant of our neighborhood, the bully who thought she was untouchable, was led away in handcuffs, tears streaking her face. And in that moment, I didn't feel joy, just a quiet, steady satisfaction. The system worked. She lost. Final line. Lesson. In the end, it proved one thing: when a bully hides behind rules and power, the only way to beat them is with truth they can't bury.